Hello friends, good morning and welcome to this new class. And I hope you remember the topic that we were dealing with in the previous class. What is the topic that we are dealing with? The topic is industries. And we talked about the different types of industries and the danger that can come out of this industry, which is very fatal to the human beings who are living in the nearby places. And we suggested some 5 methods or 5 ways in order to reduce the risk from these industries, that there should be proper checking and people should not be nearby. All those things we studied. So today let us see about another topic, the distribution of major industries. So there are small industries are there, but the iron and steel industry, like such a major important industry, let us see how they are distributed, which are the places they are establishing, and so on. You can take page number 54. So the world's major industries are the iron and steel industry, the textile industry, and the information technology industry. You can underline. These are the 3 most important industries in the world. What are they? First of all, iron and steel industry. We know without iron and steel, we cannot make anything these days. All the machines, all the house, vehicles, everything is made with iron and steel. Therefore, that is the most important industry, most important and essential industry in the world at present. Then apart from that, the second most important industry is the textile industry. We know we need a lot of clothes. We wear different clothes. So if the textile industry is not there, this cloth will not be there. We'll have to use older methods, weaving with the hands. And so another most important industry, just as the iron and steel is required for making the vehicles and other structures, cloth also is required for every human beings. Then the third type or the third most important industry is information technology industry. Now this is a recent industry. Some 50 years ago there was no information technology industry, but maybe for the last 20 or 30 years it has become very famous. It has become very famous, the information technology industry. In short, we call it IT industry, information technology. The computers, the internet, all these started because of this IT industry. So that also has become very important for us. Today we can see everyone is with their mobile or with their computer, or they use other modern technology, telephones, all those things. So all the times we were writing letter and sending it by post, and it will reach the destination after a few days. But now if you want to send some message, we can use SMS, or we can use so many chatting apps are there like WhatsApp and so on, and it will reach the destination within few seconds. So it has become so important and so easy. So that's all because of this development of this IT industry. So these are the 3 type of most important industry: iron and steel industry, textile industry, and information and technology industry. And information, the iron and steel and the textile industry, they are older industry. They have been here for many years. But this information and technology industry, that are of a recent origin. They are a new industries. The countries in which the iron and steel industry is located are Germany. So let us see which are the countries where this iron and steel industry is very famous or located. So first of all, it is there in Germany, USA, China, Japan, and Russia. These are the countries, 5 countries. Which are they? Germany, USA, China, Japan and Russia. These are the 5 countries where these iron and steel industries are in plenty. So many industrial factories are established there. Then textile industry is concentrated in India. So we are very poor in matters of iron and steel industry, but in matters of textile industry we are a leading country. We have many textile mills are there. So India, Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan and Taiwan. These are the major countries where textile industry is flourishing. Which are they? India, Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan and Taiwan. Then the major hubs of information and technology industry are the Silicon Valley of Central California and the Bangalore region of India. So the California, the central region of California, this information and technology industry is flourishing. So they are very expert and they have set up a lot of institutions, lot of industrial buildings and infrastructures in order to run this industry. And in India, Bangalore is also known as industrial hub. So a lot of industries are there based on functioning on this information and technology, and it is called, Bangalore is also called the Silicon Valley of Central California, that is in America, and Bangalore also is known for the IT technology industry. There are many companies, many firms, and many people are working there. Now let's just see a few glossaries that are given here in this column. Let's see what it is. So emerging industries are also known as sunrise industry. So we said information and technology industry is an emerging industry. So another name for such kind of emerging industry is sunrise industries. So we can underline what is another name for emerging industry. It is sunrise industries. So these include information and technology, then wellness, hospitality and knowledge. So which are the emerging industries? We only said about one, that is information and technology. But there are also other newer industries are there which emerged in the recent past. So one of them is information and technology. Then another one is wellness. What is wellness? To feel well, to keep well. No? It is about health. So the hospital facilities, the massaging centers, the counseling centers, all these come under this wellness industry. So many hospitals are set up with the modern facilities, modern equipments and modern ideologies or professionals and so on. So that is all will come. Hospitals and other everything connected with treating a person, and all will come under wellness industry. Wellness, not well where we draw water from, but it is well, keeping well. No, it is about health. Then another one is hospitality. Wellness, we said it is connected with hospital, and this another one is hospitality. So hospital and hospitality, they are similar names but meanings are completely different. What is the difference between hospital and hospitality? So hospitality means good treatment, not the treatment for the sick person, but the making a person feel at home. So that is called hospitality. So if you go to your friend's house, they come and welcome you, they make you to sit down in a nice place, they keep talking to you so that you will not feel bored. So that is all called hospitality. And then they will give you a nice meal and make you refreshed and send you back. that is called hospitality. So there are hotels are there, restaurants are there. As soon as you enter there, and there are people are there, waiters are there, come and ask you, sir, what you need. So they will come and show hospitality. Or if you are going to a hotel or a lodge, they will come and take your bag and lead you to your room and make sure that you have all the comforts. They will give you all that you require, tea, water, whatever it is needed. All that is hospitality. So hospitality has nothing to do with the hospital. Okay, hospital is completely different from hospitality. So it is taking care of people. Hospitality is taking care of people, making them feel at home. That is called hospitality. And another one is knowledge industry. So there are a lot of schools are there, colleges are there, people can study, get degrees, universities are there. All these are knowledge industry. So these are all recent origin. Olden times the famous industries were only iron and steel and textile industry. But now, as time progress, we have more and more new industries coming up. Information technology industry came up. After that, the wellness industry came up. Then hospitality industry came up, and then education or the knowledge industry came up. So all these are new industries coming up according to the need of the time. Then there is again another industry, let us see, iron and steel industry. So we said the three important industries are iron and steel industry, textile industry and information and technology industry. Now let us come to the first industry, first major industry, that is iron and steel industry. So like other industries, iron and steel industry too comprises various inputs, processes and outputs. So every industry we said, inputs are there, process is there and output is there. We explained in the last class. So all that we put inside, that is input, the raw materials, the labor, all those things that we spent, that is all called input. The money, the labor, the buildings, the machines, all that is input. And after getting all this input, we start doing the processing. So at the end of the process, we get a new item, we get a new product, that is called output. So just as in the case of all the other industries, iron and steel industry also has got this three items or three process, that is input, processing and output. Let us see what are the inputs of this iron and steel industry. So the inputs for the industry include raw materials such as iron ore. So you can underline the raw material for iron and steel industry is iron ore. Second one is coal and third one is limestone. So these are the three raw materials that are needed for manufacturing iron and steel. Which are they? First of all, iron ore. Second one is coal. Third one is limestone. So these three things are required as a raw material. Then apart from that, we need lot of labor. We need people to work in this. Though machines are functioning, but people should be there to operate these machines. Then we need lot of capital because we have to purchase this iron ore, purchase coal and the limestone and so on. So a lot of capital is required. And also we need the site. In order to set up this factory or industry, we need the site, we need the land, we need a proper land. And also we need lot of infrastructure. The building has to be made nicely because this lot of machines are there. They cannot be simply kept in the open ground and do the production of iron and steel. A good infrastructure, a good house protection where protection is available is required. So what are the inputs? Let's say once again, the raw materials like iron ore, limestone and coal. Then we need lot of labor. Then we need lot of capital. Then we need the site, the proper site for building, making the building, and we also need lot of infrastructure. We need a proper building. So these things are there, means we can say input is completed. Then after these inputs are provided, what are the other things they need? They need in the process, converting iron ore into steel involves many stages. So after getting all the inputs, they start the process, and in this process also there are so many stages are there. So this process is a very long process, not a short process, not getting over immediately, but this process is involving many stages. Then the raw material is put into the blast furnace where it undergoes melting. So the first thing is that there is a blast furnace is there. You can see in the picture there, blast furnace. This is called blast furnace. So you can see there are so many structures are there. So they put all the things here and they boil it nicely, and at the end it starts boiling, it becomes liquid. So water, when we boil for 100 degree, the water starts boiling, isn't it? But this iron ore, we need to heat it up to 300 degrees Celsius, then only it will boil. So when it boils, what happens? It is able to separate. So this boiling of this iron ore, coal and limestone, these three things are put in this blast furnace and heated, and then it starts melting. And another word for melting in this industry is smelting. We can see again in your glossary, there is a term is there. What is smelting? So it says smelting is a process in which metals are extracted from their ores by heating beyond the melting point. So when we get this iron ore, we know it is not very pure. Lot of elements are there. So we need to purify it. We need to separate the iron ore from all the other elements. And the purpose or the process of separating this iron ore from the other elements is smelting or boiling. So beyond the melting point, we have to boil it, we have to heat it up, then it will start melting. So that is called smelting. So that is one process, separating the iron from the other places. So iron ore is not pure, so many other elements will be there. So all the unwanted elements will be removed and iron will be separated from it. And in the blast furnace we can see the picture, you can see through this way the hot iron comes out, the molten iron comes out this way, and this way the slag is going out. Slag means waste. So it is melted here inside, and through one pipe the melted iron will come out, and through another one the waste will go out. So that is the process, first process through this blast furnace. Then it is then refined. So after separating, it is refined. The dirt is removed and the pure iron is separated. That is called refining. Then the output obtained is steel, which may be used by other industries as raw material. So the first process is separating the iron from the iron ore, and this iron, once it is separated, then it becomes a pure iron and it may be used by other industries as well. There are so many other industries which are using this pure iron in order to make so many other items. So like those who are manufacturing vehicles, those who are manufacturing other frames, and so they need the iron. So somebody will be there to separate this or refine this iron ore, and after iron ore it can be used by other industries to make something. So that is one process is over. The first process is refining. That's a very important process, and after that it can be given to many people, and they will change the shape according to their need, and they will use it for their own purposes and so on. So we can also see here in the picture, for producing iron, what are the things required? So three things we said: we need iron ore, then what else? We need coal, and we need limestone. So in order to produce 1 ton of steel or 1 ton of iron, what are the, or how much raw materials do we need? We can say 8 tons of coal is required, then 4 tons of iron ore, then 1 ton of limestone. So these three items in this ratio, it is put into the blast furnace and heated to a great extent, and then we get pure iron. So 8 tons of coal, 4 tons of iron ore, and 1 ton of limestone. So total how much? So 13 tons, total 13 tons are put into this furnace and heated up, and what is the output? We get 1 ton of steel. So when we put 13 tons of raw materials into blast furnace, how much do we get? We get just 1 ton of iron and steel. So you see, so much of input is required in order to get very little output. So that is the importance, that we need to preserve it. We need to without wasting, we need to conserve it, because these raw materials are limited, and so much of raw material is required in order to get a finished product of a small quantity. So that is very much useful for us, and in this present age, without this iron ore, or without this pure iron, we cannot do much work, and therefore we should use it in a very proper way, thinkingly, and we should have proper concern as well. So we shall wind up for today, and in the next class we will continue about a lot of things more to learn about iron and steel industry, and we will continue to learn about iron and steel industry in the coming class as well. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day.